up, guys? Tom back again, also known as the Black Gentleman. And today I'm bringing you to my first review of 2020, which is Mastermind Creations Ocular Max PS13 Impetus. Their interrogation, or it probably should just say interrogator, but we all know him as Vortex. And take a quick look at the box. There's a good artwork on the front. Another piece of nice artwork on the side. Here's the back, and also some nice text specs. Which, you know, if you're from the G1 generation, you kind of remember these, where you take these old little slider deal here, and you can have a cool readout of the character stats, if that's focusing at all. Also, this is really cool how you can basically cut this out like an old G1 box and save this if you want to. Me personally, I won't be cutting anything out. I'll probably just store this box in the old closet where I keep all my third-party boxes. Anyhow, moving on, you can see that he does become the arm, and this is the all built-in deal, which is, I think, pretty cool and ambitious. And inside the box, there's a picture of the face. Top of the box, another cool picture of the figure itself. Other side of the box, the silhouette of the other four. And that's it for the box. Also, the box comes with not a card. Actually, take it back. This comes with a card. Excuse me. It does come with a card. And here you are, Impetus or Vortex. Here's the back. You can see your stats more clearly, and a little bit about him. You can pause it if you care to read that. And it comes with instructions, which are not too bad. I follow them pretty decently, except for the part here where you push out your stabilizer blade in the back. That one I'm not too good on, but you know, it is what it is. All right, but everything else I was able to follow pretty well. So yeah. So that's the instructions. As for the accessories, you get 3 guns. Let's see here. Pull the camera in a little closer. As you can see, it's all nicely sculpted. I believe it's blue plastic with the black tip, and it looks pretty good. And you get another one here, and these pick onto the side of the chopper, side of chopper, yeah. And yeah, same ways. It's a good, it's a nice mold here. I do want to say this is definitely blue plastic with a black tip. And you get this gun here, which is very much like his G1 weapon. And you can fold this down and give it the handle. And for the front, it also can peg into the front of the helicopter, which for me is kind of a hassle. But believe me, it can plug into the front because there's a little attachment for it. Alright, getting all this out of this way. Let's move into the figure itself. And here he is. And this is a really nice helicopter. I mean, first and foremost, this thing is well sculpted. I mean, the alt mode, I'm tempted just to leave him in alt mode until I actually have all 5. It's really nice. I mean, the blade spins pretty decently. It doesn't hold the spin too long before it starts to wobble out. And the stabilizer blade here, except for I couldn't get the going quite right, but I'm sure there's a way to do it better. I don't know, but it's okay for me. So no harm, no foul. In fact, this helicopter is so nice that it actually reminds me of a certain movie.
Bunch of slack-jawed faggots around here. This stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus. Just like me.
Heck, I'm sure everyone got that reference, and if you didn't, culture yourself. Go out and watch Predator. It's an awesome movie. Anyhow, back to the figure itself. I took some liberties here. I actually added a Decepticon symbol right here on the side, the tail. I don't know. I don't remember in cartoon him actually having one right here, but I feel like he needed to have one there. I didn't do both sides, just one. And I did one here under his landing gear, which will become his chest. In case you're wondering why there's a gap here, that's where his head would go. And you know, it's for me, it's just easier to pop it off. It's kind of a nuisance, but you know, it's what it is. But that aside, as for the copter mode, is very nice looking. Not much paint to speak of, but I'm not mad at that since this figure is kind of fun to flip back and forth. But what paint you do get, you get this nice blue paint here, right here in front of the nose. And it also goes up towards the middle of the cockpit itself, right through here, if that's coming through on camera well. I think that looks really nice. And in my personal opinion, I think all the paint you get. I think everything else is just colored plastic. But you do get this nice, I guess it's like a clear plastic here for the windshields and the door here. And it kind of bubbles out. And it gives like a real world helicopter look. I think it's really nice. And with the gear, with the landing gear out, it rolls nice enough. You know, you gotta push it. It's not quite a car or anything, but I think it's good enough for what it is. You can take your weaponry, these two right here, and plug them in right where are you going? Right here. I never plug them in too deep, just kind of halfway in. Right about there. I think that does the trick. That put it in. I think that looks really sharp. There we go. And again, this front gun, there's a way of flipping this out, and it's tightly tolerance. But trust me, you can flip it out, and you can plug it into the nose, similar to the G1. I don't care for that look because to me it gives it kind of too much of a toy look. If that makes sense. You know, I know this is a toy, but I think it looks good enough just with the two guns here on the side. I mean, honestly, guys, I'm like dead serious. I wouldn't mind just leaving this thing in alt mode. How nice it looks. And before I do transform it, let me set it aside and get in here a comparison. For comparisons, I have two comparisons actually. The first being Shattered Glass Rodimus. This is him in his alt mode. I think this is a decent comparison. I'm not sure what the logistics from a car to a helicopter is. I know a helicopter is bigger, but I don't know how much bigger than a car. So in my mind's eye, this is okay. And second comparison, pulling into the starting gate, MP side swipe, and this is actually a KO side swipe. I may or may not do a review on it. I don't know, but yeah, that's how it looks. And this is officially a KO, well not KO, but officially it is a KO, but officially an MP. So you can kind of see how that looks. And yet again, I think that scales okay. Now, moving on to transformation. And here he is in his first transformation, which is an arm. Yeah, when you go by instructions, it takes you to arm mode first. So I figured I'd do the same thing. And hold on, let me turn the camera up just a taste here. He makes for a pretty good arm. It's got ratchets. Oops. Missed that part there. Something ain't tabbing right here. Wait a minute. There we go. Yeah, a whole lot of different tabs throughout here, so I totally missed one. But yeah, just like I said, he's got ratchets in his arm here, because he's using the leg. And that's pretty good. It's like, I think it's double jointed. And because he has a ab crunch, you can totally bend it like so. So you get a good measure of movement in here. Sure, you break the sculpt, but you can still do it. So, and you can turn it right here because it's the robot's waist. Get in there, turn it. There we go. So when you can totally have him put his hand on his hip if you want him to do that. So, this thing too. Everything's very, very tightly toleranced. But I transformed it about 3 or 4 times now. Definitely got used to transformation. And as far as the hands go, you just have articulate fingers. As you can see, all 4, well I should say 5, counting thumb, can bend to some degree of motion. And they're all pinned in here, like double pin, so you can bend a finger here and there, so double segmented, which is really good. You can't get a full 360 out of the wrist, but you can get about right there, and about to there. That's about what you get. But I think at the end of the day, it's gonna end up being fine, really. Yeah. This is, in my opinion, a really good hand and arm mode. You know, tolerances are really tight. I think the more I mess with it, the probably a little looser it get and easier to get. So yeah. This one nice arm. Also, the blades on the here for the helicopter, they can be pushed in to make them a lot shorter. So there's that too, and you can still keep the guns. You can still keep your guns plugged in. I just got one going that way because it's just. I mean, I could have it going this way. Right here, you know, just to have somewhere for it to go. But I think it was kind of better going up. I don't know. Like that. Yeah. And here on the back, you can have them both ways. Like I said, really solid arm. I like it a lot. Now moving on to his, you know, his true transformation. So be right back with that. I would love to do a comparison for this, by the way, but I don't really have anything to truly compare it to. Although, give me a second. Here's my Generation Toys Havoc, and also known as the IW Minosaur. If you look at his arm, they're very, very similar. I'll just kind of put that in there to kind of give a little bit of a comparison. So I'd say it's definitely a MP-sized arm. In fact, I have one more to compare it to. Here's my Superion, who's actually part of my top 10 list for 2019 for all those who watched that video. Take him right here. Wait a minute, try to get him in there. Have him hop on the shelf. So there you go. It's kind of up there, you know. I think it's a good size MP combined arm. So yeah, I think it looks really good for what you can see of it. And here's Swindle. Not Swindle. I don't know why I got Swindle on the brain for. But here's Vortex in his robot mode. And it looks really good. I have to say, first and foremost, I love the engineering that got him here. In the back here, if you pull up his backpack, the whole tail end of the helicopter just compresses and goes all up in his back. So that's really, really, really cool. Only negative thing about engineering is these right here. I don't see any stretch marks on these at all, but the way I keep rubbing up against them, I fucking gonna break them. But that's the only thing I don't like. But back to robot itself, he looks really good. As far as paint goes, it's about the same, very little, but you do get a little bit of blue paint here in the crotch area, and here in the landing gear area, which is now his chest, and you get a nice kind of matte finished red for the eyes, and a pale kind of bluish white for the mouth guard. And the head is shaped just like his original G1 toy and or cartoon model. Because in the old G1 toy, the head actually came to the combiner peg. Now it's like right in here. As for his weapons, these right here plug into his arm, like so. Oops. Let's see, and right here. So there you go. As for his gun, let's see. He uses, like I said before, he uses this peg right here on the handle, kind of like old MPs, like the Prowl and whatnot. Just open his hand. Speaking of his hand, his fingers are all articulated, but they're all kind of stuck in that typewriter kind of deal. But all four do move, and the tolerances, like I said, are really, really tight. I just recently bit my nails off, so I'm having a hard time getting in there. Oops. There we go. And it goes in like so. If I can get in there. Come on. There we go. And there. Hold this gun ever so well. As for articulation, let's start the head first, because that's the lousiest part, is the head, because it doesn't just pop off so easily. But you can get well, see, just pop right out of there. Oh man, hold on. That's such a nuisance. You can get a 360 out. Oh my god. Yeah, let's just move this aside. As for articulation for the head, you can get 360. As you can see on the neck, it's just really hard to get it while it's plugged in, and that's Very, very, very lousy design. I don't know why they did that. There. That's why when I transform it, I just go and pop it off to make it easier. But while it's still plugged in, you can get a good quizzical look, which I like. Head cocked to the side. Kind of confused dog. You can look down, which I do like. I feel like all giant robots should be able to look down. So I love that. I think looking down is more important than looking up more time than not. And looking up wise, you can go about that much. So yeah. As for the arms, you can get a full 360. Just be mindful of your helicopter blade here. Just kind of bend it so you can get around it, but you can get 360. Arm can go out that far. You get a bicep rotation, which gives you full 360. Oh, no you don't. I take that back. You do not get full 360. But you know what? I like the figure so much, I'm not going to hold it against it. But you do get a double bicep, bend, double elbow bend. Bend right there, and it can bend all the way up to here, which is really good. Hands do twist. About that much. You might can go a little further with it, but like I say, it's so tightly tolerant. I don't want to keep doing it, but you can do it. I'm pretty sure. As for his waist, you do get a wrist rotation out of that. Let's see how far we can get. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you can get 360 because I don't know, but yes. But yeah, you can get 360 out of that. Man, that's tight. So tight. Anyhow, moving on. You do get this really sick ab crunch, which I love ab crunches, but it totally breaks the hell out of the sculpt. But he can do it, so he gets points for that. As for his legs, let's see, you can move the skirt out of the way, which reveals a very, very not so pretty leg section in here, but it's all needed for combine mode. So move all the skirt pieces out. You can't have them kick all the way out. Kick so far back if you move the skirt out the way too. About as far as you can get it, you can bend the knee, and I think he can just about, let's see, yep, he can just about kick his own ass if you're into that. And let's see, speaking of knee, you can bend at the knee all the way back about that far before the ratchet kicks in. And he has a toe bend. And ever so slightly of a ankle tilt. It's very, very slightly. As you can see, you can almost miss it, but that's about all you get. Not the best, but it's okay for what it is. Also get thigh rotation. Like I said, not the prettiest thigh rotation, but hell is there. And it's the same on both sides. I think it's more than enough to get most poses that you may want out of him. And if you can see down here, you can totally see the hand that's hiding inside of his shin. But yeah, I think for the most part, as far as articulation goes, especially come out with the ab crunch and the ability to look down, I mean, you can get just about any kind of poses you want out of him. Turn it that way. See. So yeah, I mean, I'm not mad as far as articulation goes, but I wouldn't mind having just a little bit more of an ankle tilt. But you know, hey, that's not too bad, right? As far as poses go. Now, for comparisons, I have my IDW MMC Rodimus. There we go, so you can see how tall he is. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and straighten him back up for this. Get a fair comparison, see how tall he really is. Alright. Get that arm down. There we go. Now, here we go. There we go, just for height's sake. And one more comparison, because I just happen to have him laying around, been messing with him today. I have a MP Hot Rod. So now we have, you know, Transformer Generation 1 MP Hot Rod and IW Rodimus. So yeah, attacking the hot rods there. I just recently got him today with Sideswipe. He too is a KO. I know, a filthy KO, but not bad for the cash. And I just really wanted a hot rod to go with my Gen Ride and MP10. But just how he scales with other large Voyager and our MP class bots. Let's get them out of the way. With that being said, I think that covers just about everything I want to cover with this guy. Let's go on to that final thought. All right, for that final thought. Overall, this is a good way to kick off 2020. This is in my opinion, a very, very high class figure. He misses out on certain small things like a decent ankle tilt, which I think they could definitely engineer that in there. But I think he more than makes up for it by having this super ab crunch. So, we got a split difference. Overall, he's not perfect, but I think he is a super awesome start for this Bruticus. I also have the Swindle, which I'm planning to review here sometime soon. But this figure is actually very awesome. Transformation is actually pretty fun. I actually enjoy it a little bit more than Swindle, although I think Swindle might actually look a little better. But this is definitely an awesome figure, and if you're in for the set, of course you're in for him. So with that being said, I totally recommend it. You won't be sorry. Pick him up. In fact, when you pick him up, I guarantee you're gonna want the rest of them, just because he is so damn cool. With all that good stuff said, I hope you guys have really enjoyed this review as much as I enjoyed making it. And as always, although I find it very cliche, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment, whether it be positive or negative. Except for I enjoy constructive criticism, because it only makes me a better YouTuber, a better reviewer, as it were. Also, please check out the other Rejecticons, Inutabi, Kato, and Larkin. Their links should be down in the bottom, because I got to keep up with my Rejecticon family. So until next time, this has been Star Nuspa, also known as the Black Gentleman, out here doing God's work, reviewing these figures. Till next time, peace out.